Iran is strengthening its military by purchasing Russian warships. The United States is increasing the use of warplanes around the Strait of Hormuz to protect ships from Iranian attack, a senior defense official said on Friday, adding that the United States is increasingly concerned about the growing presence of Iran, Russia, and Syria in the country. Middle East. Maintain good relations with the East. Speaking to Pentagon reporters, the official said that the United States will send F-16 warplanes to the Gulf this weekend to support the A-10 warplanes that have been patrolling the region for a week. After long speculation about Iran's purchase of new weapons, the decision has finally been made. According to the Nature report, Iran has decided to upgrade its air force and will receive 24 new Su-35 fighter jets from Russia, with deliveries expected to begin in mid-2023. Air Force Commander Brigadier General Hamid Alwadi and Iranian Air Force Counsel Shahriar Haider added that Iran will also purchase helicopters, anti-aircraft missiles, and various missiles from Moscow. Russia's relocation should come as no surprise. Russia has long been an important supplier to Iran, which supplies drones to Russia for use against Ukraine. Iran has previously expressed interest in Russian warplanes, including the Su-30SM and Su-35, which Russia uses in Syria and Ukraine. Iran also sometimes seems to want to buy the Yak-130 trainer/light fighter. Tehran, which has been subject to heavy sanctions by Western countries for many years, cannot buy planes from European suppliers for obvious reasons. China may be a supplier, but it will be cautious about military cooperation with Iran, given Beijing's desire to stay amid tensions in the region and its striving for rapprochement with Persian Gulf Arab states. Iran's new purchases build on previous purchases. The list includes Su-24 tactical bombers, MiG-29A/UB fighters, Su-25 UBK, and Su-22 close support aircraft, and Il-76 transport aircraft. Therefore, the decision to purchase the Su-35 from an operational and delivery point of view is a necessary step. Iranians already know about Russian military equipment, its features, and operating philosophy. The Su-35 will be a modern Iran-launched warplane and the first new aircraft Tehran has purchased since 1990, when the Islamic Republic of Iran bought the MiG-29 and Su-24 from the former Soviet Union. Iran has announced that it will take delivery of a batch of Su-35s originally planned for Egypt, ordered in 2019 but not delivered due to U.S. pressure. The Su-35 made its debut in Dubai in 2003 and will undoubtedly be a huge leap forward in technology for the Iranian fleet. Some analysts, including Aviation Week's Daniel Olchik, believe that Iran will struggle to deploy Su-35s due to the complexity of their maintenance and supply chains. But the Su-35 is not very developed, and Iran is a developing country with a strong technological base and experience of Russian technology. This does not mean that introducing new aircraft will be easy or fast. Today's aircraft is a system of elements that must be tightly integrated: maintenance base, missiles, radars, avionics, information exchange, etc. Pilots and support must be trained and appropriate procedures established. It takes money, time, and knowledge. The Su-35 is more versatile than Iran's current MiG-29, which is used to intercept other aircraft, and the Su-22 and Su-25, which are designed for ground attacks. Equipped with the Irbis-E radar station, the Su-35 is a versatile aircraft suitable for both air superiority and ground operations. According to reports, the Su-35 can simultaneously track up to 30 air targets and hit 2 targets with air-to-air missiles or 4 targets with air-to-air missiles. News that Tehran has this type of technology and strengthens its military ties with Western enemies seeks to undermine the policy in power, not news. Meanwhile, despite warnings from some in the West, Iran's purchase of the Su-35s is unlikely to be a turning point in the region. While the Su-35 has PESA, passive electronically scanned array, radar, the aircraft used by the USA, Israel and Arabian Gulf Arab states have longer radar and more efficient EASA, active electronically scanned array, radar, and strong resistance to interference. There is no reason to believe that the Su-35 is superior to Western jets such as the Rafale or the F-16. New models, let alone the F-35, which was able to catch and shoot down the Su-35 in the first place. It is seen by Russian aircraft. The West and its allies are still skeptical of military reinforcement, and that value will not change once Iran takes control. The quantity may be very small, for example, the goods are delivered as scheduled. Given the plight of the Iranian Air Force, all aircraft are unusable and will soon be decommissioned. Tehran will need to purchase several new aircraft to reach the minimum defensive air level. Even if all 24 aircraft are delivered and put into full service, which may take several years, the joint effort between the United States and Arab states in the Persian Gulf, not to mention Israel, will still have an advantage over Iran. In addition, even the most advanced aircraft cannot be used without modern missiles, and it is not clear which missiles Iran will buy and how much. From a security standpoint, the most problematic aspect of the contract is not the aircraft itself, but the change in Russian-Iranian cooperation. This axis of renegade states has also deepened economic relations and has recently announced the integration of central banks to circumvent Western sanctions. Iran is likely to announce that it is buying more weapons from Russia, increasing Tehran and Moscow's aggression towards the West. The United States has increased its warplanes near the important Strait of Hormuz in response to concerns that Iran has seized property in the Gulf. A senior defense official said on Friday that the United States is stepping up efforts to protect ships from possible Iranian aggression. The minister also expressed his concerns about the strong alliance between Iran, Russia, and Syria in the Middle East. In a briefing to Pentagon reporters, a senior defense official announced that the United States plans to send F-16 warplanes to the Gulf next week as part of an expansion of A-10 aircraft that have already visited more targets. Weekend. The decision follows a recent incident in which Iran tried to seize 2 oil tankers, one of which was attacked near the port. The defense lawyer, who did not want the details of the operation in the region to be disclosed, confirmed that the purpose of sending the F-16 jets was to provide air cover to ships passing through the water while strengthening the army in the region. As an influence on Iran. The director also noted that the move will increase visibility and surveillance capabilities in the region. According to the U.S. Navy, Iranian Navy ships attempted to hijack the ship twice, but the guided missile interceptor USS McFall arrived in time to halt the operation. While the leader did not explain the specific options agreed, they said the U.S. has decided not to give up any territory and will continue to work against IS on the Sunset side of Syria. According to the Ministry of Defense, the recent increase in Russian military activity, mainly driven by an increase in frequency and severity since March, could lead to cooperation and coordination between Moscow, Tehran, and the Syrian government. The main purpose of this cooperation is to force the US to withdraw its troops from Syria. The leader explained that Russia appreciates Iran's support in the Ukraine conflict, while Tehran wants the US to withdraw from Syria to facilitate the transfer of lethal aid to Hezbollah in Lebanon, and poses a threat to Israel. The United States has seen increased cooperation, coordination, joint planning, and intelligence sharing, mostly between the Russian military and the central leadership of the Iranian Quds force in Syria. These activities are aimed at forcing the United States to withdraw its troops from Syria.